let's prepare here. I kind of just like look out on the road back behind us.
Seems as good as any, as long as there's good tree coverage and
Is
we
it
ask Neal the appropriate questions and don't assume that it's safe and then find out later that it's not and die.
So Neil,
You
let's
guys
talk.
start in the bottom of a pit, right? That's filled with water up to your necks.
Let's talk about the terrain before us. Neil,
With armors on.
how far away are the mountains to our right if we're facing back towards Gale Rock, towards the east? So to the south, how far are the mountains?
The
And is it a steep incline or is it start?
Yeah,
slow?
it's a pretty steep incline. There's some slight foothills that extend about a mile out from the mountains, but they're not that big. Like it's kind of foothill, 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 boom, mountain.
So
The mountains are, I would say, the base of the foothills is about a mile and a half out of town. A lot of people head that way because of the mining. Willow Creek is a big mining town. Yeah.
did we see the best potential place for a bottleneck?
Along the road, not really. Like, do you want to do before Willow Creek or after Willow Creek?
Whichever has the best.
Okay. Yeah. Either way, like, it's just kind of a road that goes through the forest. It's not close enough to the mountains or the hills for the hills to have an effect on bottlenecking. So you're gonna kind of just be in this open forest along a road. You could find some areas where there's like a slight hill here, or maybe there's like a dip off over here. So you can kind of pick favorable terrain in that regard, but it's going to be pretty limited.
I look at
Leah.
Oh, go ahead, Jeff.
As it is night, are you able to illuminate perhaps a stick or something that we could
Yeah, for
use?
sure. Or like,
How about a
I
tree?
guess we don't have a flint. You want me to illuminate the tree? It's
A
going to be
tree.
an interest point for them for sure.
Of course.
That's the plan, I think.
But it'll
Alright.
give us also light that we can fight in.
Yeah, I'll put it a little bit off from us so that maybe they stop there.
Past us, that would be fantastic, so they'd
Past
look beyond
us.
it.
Oh, all right. Good point.
The question before you do this, do we want to have this happen on the opposite side to the west of the town to see if they are destroying towns? It might
I think
also
it's-
slow them down.
It's inconsequential. We're going to kill them no matter what, and it's best if we save a town, right?
Okay.
If the town is in danger. So let's do it before.
All right.
All right.
So Neil, we create a
I'll-
glowing tree.
Yeah.
So that this night you go out and create a glowing tree.
Yeah.
You create a glowing tree, and then
And then we cast invisibility on ourselves.
We don't have
and
enough.
can you hit
for
everyone in the party with invis?
Nope. Unless you have group invis or you have it 3 times.
Okay. So who's casting invis on who?
I don't think it's everyone. I think it's just on the woman and child that we're supposed to get invisible.
Yeah, and we have a ring as well, so
And she's
Okay.
wearing it, I believe.
So just tell me who uses what to get invisibility, so we have an idea of what spells have been used.
I thought JP said he would like invis like 8 people.
No, he could if he slept.
I was trying to do the numbers and I can't. I can
So-
only do it twice through spells, and we have the ring, and I assume you have it once, so it's total 4.
So okay, I have it once. Yeah, plus the ring.
So you can get 4 invisible people. Who do you invis?
I honestly just say, why don't we just send Helen? Why don't we send Helen and the babe into the town?
Yeah, I think that's best. There's
Yeah.
no reason
They don't need to be here.
As long as you don't fireball it, I give it a look.
Why would I fireball the town? They're not. The
No. I turn to Helen and I give her like 20 gold
Mhm.
and say, just go get a room for you and the child, and we'll be there within a day.
She nods. And I guess you probably do this have this conversation before you leave town. Possibly with her
Yeah.
staying. So she stays in town, you guys head out, light up a tree. Did you have any particular type of terrain?
Hold
Well,
on,
Neil,
hold on.
just so we're clear, it's the town behind us.
It's-
It's not the one we just came from.
Yeah, this is Willow
So-
Creek, and we're to the east of Willow Creek, not to the west. So she's riding into town, and we're to the east of the town.
Wait,
Right.
where's
So she
Willow
goes
Creek?
into Willow Creek. You guys are between Willow
there it
Creek and
is.
Gale Rock. Yes?
Yes.
Right.
So she goes to Willow Creek, and we are facing Gale Rock, where these fires are coming from.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so now there's 6 of us. I don't invis. I don't think anyone invises.
No, none of us do. And we're just The
You light the
glowing
tree.
tree is behind us, like 30 yards or something like that. Not enough to illuminate us specifically, but we're on the fringe of it,
Okay.
and we're off the road, but we're close enough to the road, of course, where we see it, and we're within striking distance.
Okay. What if this is the let's just get a very base idea of how things are going. If this is the road,
Are you drawing it in roll 20?
yeah, I'm drawing
Yeah.
a roll 20. It would actually be a little bit wider than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is about
Draw.
10 feet. There you go. This is about 12
Counter
feet
draw.
wide.
So we're like over here. Okay.
It's been a while. We just got to let it happen, you know.
Yeah, he is letting it happen.
I
We're
was gonna let
facing
it
this
finish.
direction, though. Yeah, we're facing that
There we
direction.
go.
There we go. Okay.
There we go.
I say to Zanzel, just so we're clear, the biggest group of them, we're going to start this thing with you doing the fireworks, I believe, my friend.
Sounds good. I'm into it.
Leah, you've
All
got
right.
the dagger, and I think perhaps Leah's strategy, do you have the ring as well?
Yeah.
You might want to consider, as this thing kicks off, when we identify the assassin, or not the assassin, I blew my wad. You know about that. What I mean is, when we identify the leader, you creep up on them, assuming it's safe as an invisible person, and perhaps you end their life.
I would
What-
do that,
That would
but I would.
un-invis you, right?
Yeah.
Can you then re-invis, or is that the charge? It's done
I
for...
could, but I'm scared it's gonna take too long before I could get
Ah.
hit and killed.
Then perhaps
But-
just use it as a safety option in case things...
Yeah, I'm thinking after I use all my good spells, then that might be what I resort to.
Okay.
Neil,
Just
I
keep
got
in
some
mind,
good
when you're
spells,
invisible,
though.
we don't know where you are, so you need
Yeah.
to, don't just do it, because I won't be able to save you if you're invisible.
Okay, I'll make sure to do the caw.
Neil, I
Yeah.
cast armor on myself just preemptively.
Bring. Okay, you are
Uh,
armored.
Yeah, and then fireball could be cast. How? It's nighttime. Do these guys ride with? I guess the better question is, you let me know when we can see them, and how far away they are when they're riding on the road if they're coming by
Sure.
the road.
How far out from the town do you go to set this up?
Really?
15, 20 minutes on horse, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you guys wait. And you wait. And Jen, what type of spell did you use on the tree? A light spell?
Light spell. It's pretty long duration.
What's the duration on that?
light? 1 turn per level, so 6 turns.
Okay, so each turn is 10 minutes, so it's an
Yeah.
hour. After an hour, the tree winks out and goes boom and stops being glowing.
Leah, if you don't mind, please.
I
Perhaps wait
mean,
just a moment.
Yeah.
I guess when we start to hear the army, you can reinitiate the tree.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. You guys are
Also-
out there.
While we're waiting, I turn to Captain Helgar and I'm just like, I assume you've seen the fact that we cast magic. Don't be afraid. You're going to see some weird stuff, but it's okay. Also, I hope that you're ready if we ever need you to assume a different shape. Do you understand?
As long as I don't lose my humanity in the process.
I will make sure of it. And I turn around and just like wipe my brow.
Okay. Couple more minutes pass. A half hour passes. Another hour passes. Another hour passes. Another hour passes. Another hour passes. And before you know it, you guys are, like sitting down, waiting for these fucking orcs to show up. And all of a sudden the light starts to show up in the eastern part of the sky. And with dawn comes, you see smoke again. This is probably their like nighttime campfires where they're settling down for the evening, and you kind of are taken back a moment when you realize that holy crap, that wasn't half a day out, that was a day away, but there were enough fires to make us think that it was only half a day away, or they were 2 days away, And now, but there were enough fires to make it think we were only a day away. So now you're looking at it, and it looks not like 50 orcs, but like more like 100 orcs or something. Looks
Can
to be
I
like 30 or 40 campfires.
can I listen in again since it's another day? I have it again.
You
no?
did not sleep. You were up all night
Yeah,
waiting.
we
Oh,
stayed
you're
up
right.
all night,
You're
yeah.
right. Shit.
Yeah.
That
So
is
you're
a
all
lot
pretty,
of orcs.
pretty tired, and there's a bunch of orcs, maybe somewhere between 3 hours and 8 hours away from you. It's hard to tell with the smoke over the treetops. You know, it can be hard. You know, the winds can blow the smoke this way or that, and there's a lot of it, so it's hard to tell exactly the distance and then time to get ready and move and stuff.
So what?
Here's what I propose, friends.
Okay.
We're 20 minutes away from the city where Helen and the baby's at. We go in, we get our rest, but we plan to wake up, of course. We're going to be sleeping during the day, which is hard. And I look at Leah and I say nothing.
I'm tired.
I just smile. Like, oh, okay, well, if you needed help. We sleep for a few hours, get our rest. Perhaps you guys regenerate whatever it is you do. And then we reinstitute the plan outside of town this time, 20, 30, an hour past it.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, I'm in.
All right.
Tariq, you haven't said anything in what feels like an hours.
I think that we have a good plan. I know my role is to be a sword in this, and the big destruction is going to be coming from our spellcasters. So
Very good.
I am ready to battle with steel.
With those numbers too, we discussed bottlenecking, and of course, in the open road like this, it's going to be hard to find. When we go past the city, let us look for perhaps a hill, some way, even off-road, to draw them off the road into a bottleneck. That will increase our chances. If we can't, we'll have to rely on your firepower to reduce their numbers. Otherwise, it's going to be a hell of a fight.
If I am able to rest, I can create a bottleneck.
Well, yes, of course, that's the plan. Let's hurry it up then. I want to get you your rest.
Okay.
Okay. You guys ride back into town, tired from being out in the woods all night, like in your armor, ready to fight for hours and hours, and find the inn that you're staying at, tear off your clothes, your armor, equipment, and you all pass out. 8 hours pass, and you guys wake up in the late afternoon.
Also, I would say before we go to sleep, we tell Helen to let us know if anything crazy is happening because she's already been asleep, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, she can stay up during the day.
She's taking watch, right?
I alert her
Yeah.
to the plan, and I tell her to watch over our rooms, just that kind of thing.
Okay. The day passes. You guys wake up in the late afternoon and stretch your legs. Then you do what?
It's like a mid-evening montage of pre-battle. So just imagine all the full plate coming on. Okay, I put a little bit of eye black underneath my skull helm. And then I bang on the doors and say, "Let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's get ready."
We get new
do this
spells.
thing.
Do we sleep enough? Neil?
Yeah. You
Okay.
get enough spells.
Before we
enough
go
sleeping
out,
spells.
I try to judge Reptar's state of mind.
He is nervous. He's never been in a real fight where his life was on the line.
Are you ready to do battle? Are you ready to potentially lay down your life for this cause?
I don't really know what the cause is, sir.
We are against Verasi. We are against these orcs, and we are attempting to destroy them at potentially even the cost of our own lives.
Well, that's what a knight does. Pretty sure, though, he taps his armor. Those orcs won't be able to get through my plate mail.
All right. I just look at him. I'm like, all right. We will be doing battle today. It will be very, very dangerous, but I believe we can pull through.
He says this while being dressed by the squire.
Yeah. Squire's putting his armor on.
That's what they do, man.
Oh, God.
All right, and then we depart the town. How far is it to the next city?
The next city is about a day and a half away. If you push it, like if you were to stay up and like leave early in the morning and kind of ride into the evening,
Which
you
we
can
don't,
make it
of
in a
course.
day.
It's almost nighttime as it is. So we set up Helen with the baby in the town then, I guess?
Yeah, same plan as
we
last time.
discuss this. Do we leave her in the town, which will be on the orc side of things, or we take her with us and have her off the road?
I say we leave her in the town. We should
shouldn't
fight with the town at our back,
Yeah. Well,
right? Or did I miss the conversation and we've already gone past that?
I guess they did camp. No, we could go back and have the town at our back. You're right. We don't have to go past the town. Okay, yeah. I misunderstood. Yeah. Helen will be in the town. We'll go back to our original spot, and you say you have a way of making a bottleneck, right?
I am formulating a plan at this very moment.
Okay.
that is why I've not responded to your questions properly.
Ah, very good. Well, then, Neal, we head to the original spot where we were anyways, then.
Okay. What sort of terrain are you looking to have here? Is there any, like...
Along the way, we're just looking for, like, how if off the road there's denser forest or some form of strategic bottleneck.
Okay. You come across a point where the road runs along this large boulder. Oh, it runs next to this very large boulder that has a little bit of a hill behind it. So here's the boulder. And there's a slight hill that...
Neal, is this road drawn to scale so that it's 10 feet wide?
10 feet wide at some points, 13, 20 at other points. Yeah, it's roughly to scale. So you come to this point where you could, if you want to go southeast of the road, you can, but you'd have to like climb up this hill, which is 15 feet high at the back. So it would slow them down to go around one side, but the other side would still be pretty easy.
Then
And the boulder is not really passable.
How much of this boulder is in the ground, Neal? Can I tell?
No, it's like an iceberg. You have no idea how much is in the ground.
Okay.
But like with his intelligence.
With your intelligence.
I don't. Yeah. Fuck.
Zanzo, with this location, is there any way you can improve upon this with your plan, or is this as good as it gets?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Victorian. I've never used this spell before, so it's going to be a learning process.
We'll get to it, friend. They're only hours away.
I've been studying all day. Still studying.
What about with my knowledge of stone masonry? Could I tell?
Nothing. There's no stone. Nothing constructed out of man-made, like nothing man-made of stone nearby.
All right, Neal. Then while we're getting ready, I'm going to round up a squirrel, and I'm going to make a squirrel soup, which you'll notice is just a little bit below average.
Which is on purpose, right?
It's to keep us hungry with that fire in our belly.
That's
for
right.
battle. But I want them to have high protein and the nutrients necessary to do the fight, so I offer it to people.
Which I think is a +2 going forward for the battle.
Yeah.
On all
Just
rolls.
a blanket +2.
Yeah, that's nice.
Neal, I feel like that we need to discuss dig. And I need to know how
Did you
this
say
spell
discuss
works.
dick?
No, dig. D-I-G.
Get your mind off the wiener, Ryan.
Yeah, what the fuck, right? God damn it.
It sounded very close to
And
me.
then we
Okay.
can take a break because I need to know what this spell actually does. It seems very complicated. And I need to know the ins and outs of it. So its AoE is 5 feet cube per level, so it's 40 feet cube because I'm level 8. This road is 10 feet wide, so I could do 4 times this road, plus 4 times as deep, right? So 40 feet deep.
Is that right? 5 foot cube per level, 40 foot cube. So you have a 5x5 cube, and you've got your level 8, right?
Yes.
So you have 8 5x5 cubes. Think of it that way. So that would be, if the road's 10 feet wide, it would be, you'd have 4 5x5 cubes, so it would be 20-foot hole. Right?
Well, if it's a cube and it's
already 5x5.
It's already 5x5.
Right, so you got 2 2x2, right? So if you've got 8 5x5 cubes, you've got 4 5x5 cubes stacked next to each other, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Guys,
So
we're
this
doing
would be
math
5,
on stream.
10, 15, 20 feet deep, 5 feet across, 10 feet across the other way.
Is that right?
That makes sense to me.
It's going to kill some people. It's fine. let's not be exact by it.
Well, the plan is, Neil, is that I want to cast dig underneath the orcs twice as they're
Okay.
coming at us
Okay.
to create, and I would think that would be wide enough that I could hit a large portion of them, correct?
Well, it's 10 feet wide by 5 feet deep, or 5 feet long. 5 feet long by 10 feet wide. So in theory, you'd only actually hit like 2 orcs with that.
It's 40 by 40 by 40, Neil. What are you talking about?
Well, it's not 40 by 40 by 40. It's 5 by 5 by 5 8 times. Unless I am missing...
It's 5 feet cube a level. So wouldn't that just be an 80-foot cube? Or, sorry, a 40-foot cube? Meaning that it's 40 by 40 by 40, 40 height, 40 width, 40 length. Right? Am I wrong about that?
I think it's one 5-foot cube each level. So it's not 40 by 40 by 40.
8, 5...
Will you copy paste the spell? I want to weigh in on this.
I mean, that
Not
it
me.
just says the AoE is 5
Jen
feet
and I
cube
will
level.
just sit here in silence while
No,
you
that's
guys
why I
talk
wanted to
numbers.
discuss
I mean,
this
it seems really important. I understand it seems mundane, but the difference is huge.
See, a dig spell enables the caster to activate 125 cubic feet of earth, sand, or mud per round, i.e. a cubic feet hole 5 feet on each side.
Neil, can I just make the assumption you're fucked and we'll just kill the whole army and then and then you could just spend the turn adding up the value of experience?
Chad
earned,
is
do you
saying I'm
think,
right,
or-
but also one person is saying I'm wrong. So fuck.
That's Neil though. That's Neil alt account.
That's Neil's alt account.
It's a Neil. It's a Neil bot.
No, because if you were taking a cube and then you're just adding an extra 5 feet in every dimension, every time you add 5 feet, you're adding like a ton of space. That's an exponential curve of space excavated per level.
I think
You know what I mean?
I'm correcting, or I'm thinking in the correct way. So, can I take that? Can I assemble those 5 feet cubes the way I want it, in the sense that I want it 2 by 2 going down in a rectangle? Can I do that, or is it only in a cube shape? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, can I shape the effect of the spell, or no?
Yeah. Think about it. You have 8 5 by 5 5 by 5 by 5 cubes, and you can arrange them however you want as long as they're all touching.
So
in
I can
some
make
regard.
it. I can make it 10 feet wide, 2 5-foot cubes on each side by side, and then however deep that is. So
Right. So that'd be 10 by 5 by 20.
So I could do that.
Yeah. Dig also, it lasts 1 round per level, so each round you get to another 8 cubes.
Oh my god, this changes everything.
Yeah, so you'd get 64 cubes over 8 minutes. Right? Because the duration is 1 round per level, and this is an evocation spell, so you're actually destroying this matter. You're removing it completely. Oh, the material thrown from the excavation scatters evenly around the pit.
So it digs them even more.
Yeah, so if you dig this area, then you just have a huge mound of dirt surrounding the people at the bottom of this hole.
So by that logic, Neil,
Yeah.
how
They're
much
burying it alive.
space, if it's per round, if it's the whatever cube, X cube per round, that's how long, how big? If I want to do it 2 by 5 by 20 in terms of the cube, and then that's every round, so that's 8. So what is that? How much space is that?
That is 64 5 by 5 cubes. That is 8,000 cubic feet of dirt.
So I could just effectively fuck this entire road for life, right?
Yeah, you could dig a really deep pit or just like this giant fucking swath of something, and the road will have to then go all the way around it. I mean, you can make the road go around the area, or someone could build a bridge, or all the dirt just gets piled around it, so someone might eventually come in and fill it in, but that would fucking take forever, so. Yeah.
Okay. I understand the spell. And I think we're good. The plan would be, and I would tell this to the party, The plan would be that I'm going to start casting this as they are within seconds of getting there, and I would need all the protection possible for them to get fucked by this thing. Because it's per round, so that's every, minute, Neil?
Every minute.
Every minute it would get deeper and deeper and deeper and
Well,
wider and wider and wider.
Instead of ambush, we could be standing in the middle of the road, Tariq and I in the front, you behind us casting this, and we'll hold them off while you dig them deeper.
And if you can throw I'm talking to Leia, and I'm just like, if you want to throw a fireball in there to even, keep them, to impede their charge at us, it would help immensely.
Yeah. Well, if by fireball you mean flaming sphere, then yes.
That'll work too. That's great.
Zanzel, could you get up? Is there some kind of high ground that you could get on? We could be in the middle of the road, myself and Victorian, and then you could just cast it from up on high where they don't see you.
My only concern is that archers would it would be a very easy shot.
They would drop him. He'll need to be behind us. We'll be a shield wall for you.
I see. All right. What if I took my shield? You could get up on the high ground. I plant my shield in the earth, and you can hide behind it.
Neil, would that work?
It's a tower
if you're
shield.
just ducking behind the shield, and not moving behind it, you'd be fine. But if you wanted to cast a spell, then you would be making gestures, and you'd be visible above the shield, and it would give you a bonus to AC, but you could still be targeted.
How tall is the tower shield? Do you know?
It is.
Is it taller than 5'5"?
Yes.
Neil,
I believe so.
I could stand behind it, could I not? And not be affected if it's taller than 5'5"?
You're going to have to dig it into the ground a few inches to hold it steady.
That's fine. We've got time.
Yeah. And then as you're moving and casting your spells, your hands would be visible. So someone would probably be able to see that you're there. It would be very difficult to hit you.
Zanzel,
Neil, it's also very difficult to lose your arm, but I've done that before. Like, what?
Yes.
And someone could just get to that high ground, and then you're just dead.
There's no 100% safe way to go about this, no matter what.
Correct.
So,
life
is dangerous.
The way I'm imagining it is, we put the shield up here. You're behind it. You're casting on them with, they won't know you're there. Myself and Victorian will be drawing their gaze, and you will be able to cast from up high.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, I guess. Yeah, should work.
Okay, if that's
So
what
where
you
do you
want.
position yourself?
Is there high ground that he can see the area he wants to dig?
Well,
from?
I would assume these are elevation lines, right?
Yes, those are each of those represent 5 feet of elevation.
Could I stand on the rock?
You could stand on the rock. The rock is 20 feet tall, so you could climb up from the back side of the rock and get up there. But you're not going to be able to pound the shield into the rock. You might be able to prop the shield up with some sticks and logs and shit, but then the shield would knock over pretty easily.
Right.
If we're over, sorry, let me change. If we're over here, could I put that in the dirt and still see this area? Sorry, that's
you would not really be able to see the road directly on the other side of the rock because you'd be 15 feet up and the rock would be another 5 feet, and so it would block your view of. What would your view? Your view would be blocked. Let me do this on a different color, different layer. No, like this.
Wait, what? What are you drawing?
Okay, that area that I just drew is what you would not be able to see as it lines up with the rock.
Okay, so we could effectively just have the spell right there.
Yeah.
With the party right here, so that they have a way to retreat behind something, right? That would make logical, tactical sense.
We could stand here and then retreat behind the rock here. If you're standing here, Neil, do you see where I'm pinging?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Could somebody here see you? How tall is the boulder?
The boulder's 20 feet tall.
So we could stand here, easily retreat while you dig. Yeah, I think that works.
Okay. And I'm just I'll need time. All the time you can give me. It's not going to happen right away.
Absolutely. So we go up to here, dig the tower shield into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say, I wouldn't mind having a cover of my own.
You'll have the rock. You'll be with the group.
That's the only one I have.
Why don't I get the same shield as you, though?
Because I'm channeling a spell for
Well, I'll be channeling spells.
for minutes on minutes on rounds. It'll take me 20 minutes to finish this. You will take a minute to cast a single spell.
And then I'll get hit by people.
You'll have to, it's a battle.
The idea is myself and Victorian will be here on the map. You can sort of cast and then move behind the stone here. The stone's 20 feet tall. And I assume myself and Victorian will be taking the brunt of the attacks.
Is there any cover I can use, Neil? Like a bush or something to like...
There are trees and bushes about. Yes.
In that rocky area thing they pointed at?
This is a 20-foot tall boulder. You can hide behind the boulder.
But is there also like leaves and trees behind also? Like here?
I don't understand what you're getting at, Jen. This is a forest.
There's trees
All right.
everywhere.
Yeah,
All right.
there's trees and bushes everywhere.
I was just making sure I have some backup cover if the rock doesn't seem good enough for me.
But you also have an invis ring, right? So
Yeah, but if I cast, I'm not invis, and then I'm...
You could start ghillie suiting out your armor, putting leaves in it and stuff.
you should start patching.
She doesn't wear
I
armor,
don't
man.
have
You should
armor.
wear- Exactly. It's even easier.
Got robes.
Ghillie suit out your clothes. Yeah.
All right.
All right, we can go on a break.
I think we go on our break. All right. I'll probably think about it more in the break as well. So yeah, let's take this break. We'll go into hour 3 right after this. More RollPlay Solum coming up right after this.